Hello and welcome, this is Mr. Icarus, and today we're going to be taking a look at yet another crazy Doom mod. After Metroid, I thought I'd continue the Nintendo theme, and now we've got this. Yep, that's right, Donkey Kong Country, recreated in the Doom engine. This isn't a translation, this isn't some kind of first-person shooter with a Donkey Kong theme, hell no. This is the effort of someone to squeeze the Doom engine down into a 2.5D platformer in order to as faithfully recreate Donkey Kong Country as possible. That right there, to me, is the definition of insanity. And you know what? On a surface level, this is amazing. This is really impressive. I mean, the amount of work that must have gone into this is insane. Because I couldn't have ever imagined Doom being used in this fashion. I mean, I've seen interpretations of other things, you know, like Super Mario Doom, where it's first person, Sonic Robo Blast 2, where it's, you know, a third person kind of Sonic Adventure type deal, but this is crazy, and do not adjust your monitors. This is really kind of the resolution of the sprites here. They are a little low. They are a little fuzzy, so that's not a problem on your end. It's just kind of the quality of whatever the modder had to work with. And you know what? I can say I think this is great. This is an amazing, utterly pointless effort to recreate Donkey Kong Country. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather go and throw myself off a cliff. No, I'd rather go and play Donkey Kong Country on a SNES. As a game created by that original legendary Rare team. Because they knew their crap. They knew exactly what they were doing. I have no idea what happened there with that roll. And this, you can feel that there's something wrong with it, because... what's that word? Kinesthetics? There's something wrong with how the game plays. It's very different from how it would play on the SNES, and there's this whole weird control style you have to get used to that just doesn't entirely make sense. And I'm probably making it look a hell of a lot easier to play than it actually is by screwing it up like that. Thankfully, there is a little bit of room to make a few mistakes, but there are some parts of this, especially in this first level, that are just ridiculously hard if you don't know what you're doing. This, for example. I'm going to intentionally fail this. If I just want to jump from one rope to another, it's not just a case of pressing a direction and jump, because you're just going to fall to your death. Donkey Kong doesn't have a very big jump distance at all. Instead, it's going to take me all the way back to the start of the fucking game. Fantastic! Okay, screw it. We're just going to roll our way, Sonic style, all the way back to where we were. I'm sure there was supposed to be a checkpoint somewhere around there. It's actually made me a little annoyed. No, I'm absolutely blazing through this. I'm more impressed at myself than anything else. And I screwed it up. There we go. But that should be a checkpoint right there. Hopefully we'll go back to it. Hey, there we go. And if you probably noticed there, I had to actually roll off the end of the platform in order to jump. Donkey Kong effectively jumped off thin air into that barrel, which is just one of his many superpowers, apparently. Or things that you're going to have to get your head around in order to play this properly. But the roll button, which I had to figure out how to bind, is the only way you're going to jump from these, because it increases Donkey Kong's speed mid-air. So I'm going to jump and hold the other button, and it somehow increases his jump distance. I don't know if that's how it worked in the original Donkey Kong, but it's friggin' weird. And I don't like it. Ah, god damn it. This is probably the least amount of fun I've had with the Doom mod since I started doing this. All the others were kind of interesting in their own little way, but this, it just doesn't feel right. It feels a little redundant. I would have rather seen something new done with Donkey Kong Country. You know, some strange kind of 3D first-person interpretation of the game, but instead we get this admittedly impressive, but ultimately pointless recreation of Donkey Kong Country that turns out to be insufferably hard and absolutely aggravating to play. Seriously, if you want to rage, play this game. It will absolutely make you want to punch your monitor at certain points because this shit right here happens so goddamn often. It goes beyond the pale. It becomes stupid. But honestly, pay attention to the edge of this platform. If I do it from the edge, I fall and die. Now watch again, and we'll see kind of the problem that dogs this. No, that's not what we wanted to do. We want to roll off the edge and then jump off thinner. Because reasons. Because Donkey Kong is magic. And you know what? I'm going to try and finish this stage. If I finish this stage, I'll be immensely happy with myself. I'll feel like I've been able to prove myself as a human being. And we can move on from this and find other, stranger Doom mods to occupy our time. I think, in fact, this might be my last Nintendo Doom mod, depending on what I can find, because it's getting into slim pickings territory, even, when trying to dig these things up. They're buried in very strange corners of the internet. And no, not those ones, you sick freaks. Ah, goddamn groundhogs, whatever the hell they are. Oh, crap, those overweight gators nearly got me. Alright. Oh, there we go. And we reached the exit. Objective achieved, and oh my god, that is the most adorable victory dance I've ever seen. Screw it. Let's see what's next. We're gonna see how far we can get. I'm gonna see if I can run out these lives trying to finish these levels. We're gonna get a game over and finish the video. And if you're okay with... lava is apparently deadly. This is where the jumping mechanics are gonna come into their fore here. As in, reveal themselves to be a massive pain in the ass. There's no way to kind of figure out the optimal distance you can jump. You'd think, on first glance with this thing, I'm just going to roll up to it normally so I can get to the edge. You'd think that this would be an easy gap to jump. You'd think it'd just be a standard jump distance, right? And then you try a standard jump. And then you fall into the goddamn lava. So what I'm going to have to do is that weird thing I did on the ropes in the previous level, and accelerate myself mid-air by pressing the roll button for some reason in order to get myself onto that other platform. Which doesn't work. It's bullshit, honestly. This is probably the biggest thing that is the most depressed Donkey Kong I've ever seen in my life. Oh, what was I even saying? But yeah, the movement is what ruins this. As I said, on a cosmetic level, fantastic. Utterly great, but on every other level, it fails as an actual Donkey Kong Country game. I'd much rather just plug the cartridge into my SNES and play the original Rare Classic. But if you've enjoyed this and you feel like checking it out, I don't know why you would. Check out the link in the description below. Hopefully it'll take you to a version of the file. It is very tricky to get running. Very tricky to get running, so make sure you read up. There's a lot of steps you're going to have to go through in order to make sure this runs in the right version of GZ Doom or whatever you're using. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, have enjoyed my frustration. Be sure to leave a cheeky little like below if you can. Just click that button if you've enjoyed it. This has been Mr. Icarus. I think I'm going to play something more enjoyable next time. Icarus out.